Okay, installing this BerkeleyJet on the back of, well, at the end of this 71 jet boat, there is a kit you can get, well, a couple kits, that if you go to like Hardin Marine or CP Performance or the other one, I can't think of the name off the top of my head, where I get like jet boat parts, stuff like that. Anyway, they have different kits. One of the kits, and I think this kit had the bolts I needed to bolt the drive to the intake. So it had some really nice bolts for that, bolts and lock washers. And then another kit had gaskets and everything to it. But there's a big square plate that goes to the back of the boat. Well, both kits that I ordered included bolts to do that, and they are Phillips flathead machine screws. Well, the screws they gave me were 2 inches long. Okay, and the plate itself has a pretty good sized flange around it that you bolt through, but it's countersunk, so it's, that takes care of part of it. And then there's a rubber gasket that's probably, I'd say, 1/4 of an inch, and then it's got to go through the transom, and you got to get a nut on it. Now, they included regular nuts in the kit, which I really like the nylock nuts, so I used those. Now, they weren't all 2-inch. The problem with the 2-inch one is the thickness of that plate and the gasket and the transom that was replaced in this boat comes to exactly that much. It's 2 inches. So there's no room to put a nut on it. So basically this kit, other than the bolts I needed for the intake, was worthless. Other than there are a couple screws you need for the bottom, which I will look these up and find out what they are and probably just get some. And then of course some washers, and they included 2.5 inch Phillips flathead machine screws. Now these are perfect, and I wish they'd included these for all the other ones. I don't know why they didn't, but they included 2. So what I did, and I'm glad they sent those 2, I'm going to use them and set those in. And these are for the very bottom of that plate that goes up underneath where you can't get behind it to put the nut on. Anyway, I went to boltdepot.com and bought a bag of these 1/4 by 2.5 inch Phillips flathead machine screws. Now, I already use 1/4 Phillips flathead machine screws, but I use them in the 1 1/4, and I use those to put the cleats on the 13. However, I've been looking at getting bigger ones so that I can maybe add like a stiffening plate under that cleat, because there isn't a lot of room here. So I ordered plenty more than what I needed to get me by, and I'm going to try these. But I ordered a bunch of this stuff so I can stock them, but just 100 of these is good for right now, and I forget the prices. I'd have to dig them out, but they're reasonable. But I had the small bag from the first order of just 100 nylock nuts. While I was there, I went ahead and bought 1,000. And the bag it came in was stapled at the top, and I didn't like that, so I'm going to put these over on the bench in the bins in small bags that I can pull out. So anyway, I got these. These are what I'm going to use. This kit, I would send it back, but that's too much hassle and they'd want a restocking fee. So I'm going to take these bolts and then put them in bins, and I'll use them later because I will use these. I mean, it's not like they're going to go to waste around here. So, but yeah, I'm gradually stocking up on hardware, especially the ones that I use the most of, like washers. I mean, these were cheap. When I bought like the 100 of the nuts and 100 of the machine screws, these were such a low price it just seemed stupid to buy like 100 of them. So I just got a big bag of them. That'll do me for a while. The nuts will do me for a while. Yeah, it isn't hard to stock up on them. And anyway, I'm going to have another video here soon. This kind of went long, so I'm going to make it its own video. And I'm going to have some more video of the jet boat and finishing up the red one. Thanks for watching.